This week.
Let's turn now to First Alert Chief Meteorologist Jennifer Perez for a focus on tornadoes. Jennifer?
Yeah, so tornadoes can occur at any time of the year and even, yes, here in the UP. And for tornadoes to form, you have to have a set criteria for it to happen. You need to have specific ingredients. We need to have a lot of moisture in the atmosphere, a lot of energy. We need to have a frontal boundary that comes in, a lifting mechanism that helps lift up this very warm, moist air for a potential tornadic development. Now, just because thunderstorms form doesn't necessarily mean a tornado will develop. Now, on average, Texas gets the highest amount of tornadoes per year, 136 tornadoes. That's their annual average. Michigan, we average 15 tornadoes every year, and in the UP it can occur whenever, typically in late spring through summer and in fall. But if the right conditions are in place, a tornado can develop. So how do tornadoes form? Well, we need a lot of rotation and spin at the ground surface. So we need a lot of wind shear, which is a change in wind direction with speed and with height from the ground all the way up to the upper levels of the atmosphere. So that spin creates a rotating column of air at the ground surface. A thunderstorm comes right over that rotating tube of air. An updraft lifts it up vertically into the atmosphere, into that thunderstorm, and then we start to get the development of a mesocyclone. This sets apart from other tornadoes or other thunderstorms. It is a rotating column of air. It is typically common when a tornado forms. Once you get that rotation of that mesocyclone in the thunderstorm, eventually a wall cloud forms and it comes down from the base of the storm to the ground surface, and eventually you get that tornadic development. Now, if the tornado doesn't reach the ground surface, that is known as a funnel cloud. So it has to reach the ground for it to be called a tornado. The UP, we average one tornado every summer. That's our annual average for the UP. Now, since 1953, we've had 69 tornadoes, and one was a fatal one. We had one fatality in Menominee County. It was an EF1. This was set back in 1985, June 8th of 1985. Per scale, EF0, EF1, EF2, EF3. We've had 30 EF0s, 28 EF1s, and 8 EF2s with 3 EF3 tornadoes across the UP. That dates back again to 1953. Here are all of the tornadoes that we've had since 1953, all 69 of them, okay? In Gogebic County, we've had 5. In Ontonagon County, we've had 2. Houghton has had 1. Keweenaw County has had 1. Baraga County has had 2. Iron County has had 8. Dickinson County has had 5. 11 in Marquette. Alger County coming in at 6. Menominee 7. Delta County at 9. Luce County at 2, Schoolcraft County at 4, Chippewa County at 3, and 3 also at Mackinac County. That is why it's so important for you to know the difference between a watch and a warning. For a tornado watch, that means that the ingredients are in place in the atmosphere that could result in a tornado forming when a thunderstorm or a severe storm comes through. That means you need to have a plan of action ready to go if a tornado warning is issued, and that's highlighted in the red. Tornado warnings mean that it is either 1, radar indicated, or spotter confirmed out in the field that there is a tornado out there. Tomorrow, we continue Severe Weather Awareness Week. We'll be talking about severe weather hazards.
Really great information. Thank you so much for sharing that with us, Jennifer. If you have student loan payments, they're set to resume today.
Coming up.